Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory, and there's something we haven't seen in a while: a little blue sky and sunshine. It's been very cloudy and rainy for most of this week, but the clouds now on their way out and sunshine is returning this afternoon, and that is leading into plenty of sunshine for the weekend and warmer temperatures as we get into next week as well. Those clouds hung around for the first half of the day, but they've been pushing off to the southeast this afternoon. We are now mostly sunny across the tri-state with some clouds still lingering mainly just over Ohio and Muhlenberg counties now, but those clouds will clear within the next hour or so, and we are talking mostly sunny skies across the region this evening and then continuing through the weekend and into the start of next week. Temperatures right now ranging in the mid to upper 70s in most locations. We are going to top out somewhere in the upper 70s in many spots and then fall back through the 70s into the 60s this evening. By the end of the night tonight, it's going to be about 10 degrees cooler than it was last night. Clear, cool with lows in the mid 50s. Then tomorrow we're looking at highs right around the 80-degree mark. Lows in the mid 50s and highs around 80 is pretty close to right where we should be this time of year. That's very seasonable for mid to late September, but then we warm things back up as we get into the start of next week with highs in the mid 80s and then lower 80s even into the second half of the week. When you look at the extended outlook then from Friday, October 3rd up through October 9th, it does show a trend toward above average temperatures continuing across the tri-state, along with some below average precipitation. We are not outlooked for any kind of hazardous weather, but you'll notice along the East Coast, they were outlooked for heavy rain and gusty winds, and that's due to what we're tracking out in the tropics right now. We've got this 90% chance of this developing into a named tropical cyclone. We're already tracking Umberto, which is farther out here. It's expected to curve to the north and likely not hit the United States directly. But this other storm, the one that doesn't have a name yet, it's forecast to travel right along the Bahamas. Then as it continues northwest, it's very possible it could hit somewhere around the Carolinas. It's possible both these storms could eventually hit the East Coast, just one farther north and one farther south. But the storm that doesn't have a name yet, that's the one that I think could maybe bring at least a minor impact our way. There's a very good chance that we will see nothing from this, but there is the possibility by the middle of next week, if that storm system, depending on its track and size, does track into the Carolinas, some of the clouds or maybe even a stray shower on the very outer edges of that system could hit the tri-state, which could bring us some partly cloudy skies and maybe even a stray shower, and as a result that may cool us off just a little bit with highs in the lower 80s then through the end of next week. Now, one thing I did want to show you was the update on the drought, right? So just taking a moment to look back here, we did have more than 3.5 inches of rain across the tri-state, specifically in the Evansville rain gauge. We got more than 3.5 inches of rain over the past few days. The bulk of that fell on Monday, but we had close to 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. That sounds like a lot of rain, and you would think that would put a serious dent in the drought conditions. It did not change as much as we had hoped. Now, I do want to point out that the way the drought monitor works makes things a little bit tricky. The drought monitor only looks at the rainfall up till Tuesday. Then they take Wednesday to analyze that data, and they release the drought monitor Thursday morning. So the rain that we got yesterday is not included in this drought update, but still, you know, the 3 inches of rain that we got Monday into Tuesday, that would be included. And despite all of that, we are still looking at moderate drought for most of our region. So while things did improve, we've got more areas in that abnormally dry rather than moderate drought. We've seen the severe drought shrink back a little bit, but we by no means eliminated this drought with the rain that we got the past few days. Most of the tri-state still sitting at moderate drought conditions, and a few parts of Illinois and western Kentucky are even still in that severe drought. So We did make some progress on the drought. We at least lifted most of the burn bans as we did get good soaking rainfall this week, but it was not enough to truly eliminate the drought across the tri-state. And moving forward then, that's the wrong thing. Moving forward then, it looks like we may see the return of this warmer, drier weather as we've got a lot of sunshine in the forecast through the next few days with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. And even next week, any chance of rain we have is a very slim chance. Most of us will probably stay dry through the whole next 7 days. And even beyond that, the trend is warmer and drier than average. So while we did get some good soaking rainfall, we didn't get rid of the drought, and it's possible we'll actually start to trend back the other way and the drought could worsen again as we go through the next week or two. So that is the update on the drought conditions across the tri-state. With that, I'm going to wrap up your forecast, but don't go anywhere. Jamie French and Robinson Miles will be right back with your latest news headlines.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices. Live from 14 News, this is a 14 Digital News Desk update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. Now, while we are close to Friday, we are not there yet, so you get bummer news. We are not focused on all the good stuff today. We have an update on a major traffic alert. It's going to be a tough one for those of you who drive in and out of Owensboro. Now, those of you who are looking forward to the reopening of the Blue Bridge, you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer. Kentucky transportation leaders say contractors told them they aren't going to make the original October 1st deadline.
Yeah, contractors say they will need more than the expected 90 days to repair the bridge deck and joints. KYTC leaders say the delay is due to supply chain issues. Now, officials say they're still working closely with those contractors to get the bridge open as soon as possible. They tell us they know it's frustrating. They're frustrated too. So as of now, there is no official reopening date set. Traffic needing to cross the Ohio River between Kentucky and Indiana will have to continue to detour using the Natcher Bridge.
Now, if you think it's all bad news today, we are moving on to how we are entering cold and flu season.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's all great. Well, healthcare leaders at Ascension St. Vincent Evansville are reminding people where to go when they start feeling sick. They say the urgent care is a best place to go if you're experiencing sniffles, cough, congestion, or other cold-like symptoms. You can also go to the urgent care to get tested for flu, COVID, and RSV.
Now, they say that you should go to the ER when you're having a lot of trouble breathing, if your symptoms are lasting for more than 5 days, or if you're running a very high fever. Officials say reach out to your doctor if you're still unsure of where to go, and doctors are really stressing this year, avoid Googling your symptoms. They say trust them more than you trust AI. Just call your doctor or visit the urgent care.
You know, I know that that's alluding to a big issue, but that is the funniest thing in the world to me.
And I'm like, guilty. That's the first thing I do. And I'm like, my head hurts and I have sniffles. What's wrong with me? And it's like,
100%.
you have 2 days to live. And it's
like,
oh, good.
That's a shame.
So don't do that.
I better let the doctor know, which also kind of alludes to the reality of people who are like, okay, I hear what you're saying. But I did go on the internet.
Google told me.
Yeah, and it told me I have the plague, so...
And it's just the common cold. Yeah.
See, there we go.
Yeah.
So far in our headlines, you can't go where you're going. We're all dying. But We are less than a week and a half away from the West Side Nut Club Fall Festival. Reasons to live, everybody.
Yes.
First responders are working hard behind the scenes to keep it safe. This week, first responders from several agencies met together to prepare for the event. Leaders of the Evansville Fire Department say working together helps ensure they can all respond quickly when needed and everyone can focus on enjoying the fun.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they encounter a lot. I mean, this is a week-long festival with a lot of people down there on West Franklin Street, so it's great they're being prepared. Again, if you haven't caught on, the festival does start October 6th. We are about a week away, so it's almost here. Prepare yourself for all the fried food, things like that. Make sure you're avoiding cold and flu season so you can make it to the Fall Festival.
You know, it's another one of those things that, like, I realize the stakes here are really high. You get that many people together, you know, they
Yeah.
got to be on their A game. But I really do wish that these conversations were just like, there's going to be a lot of big Hoosiers there. They're all going to have sugar highs. They're going to
What do we
start.
do?
Yeah, they're going to be throwing bows. Be ready. That's like, okay, I guess there's actually real threats involved,
yes,
whatever, first aid and
absolutely.
such. But
Yes.
no, it's great to know that they take all this stuff seriously. So there you go, everyone. A nice little mix for you on this Thursday afternoon. Of course, we've got all these stories and a whole lot more in much greater detail at 14 News at 4, 5, and 6, and then later this evening at 10. Oh, but we even have even more streaming coming up in just a little bit
Yeah.
with our football show.
We sure
So there you
do.
go. You stay on your phones.
Just
Stay on your phones at work,
and
everybody.
just keep it on 14 News. There you go.
Right? Like, you're not a doctor. They'll be fine.
There
Stay
you
on your
go.
phone.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great